Hello friends, welcome back to Java's virtual session. Now, up till now, we were discussing about how we can develop Java web applications. Friends, for producing Java web applications, we initially discussed about how we can develop a web page, right? Now the entire presentation layer is actually we are designing using HTML. So web page means where we can add the web contents in the text or image format. And the second thing what we learn about how we can develop a web form. Now the purpose of web form is to read data from user and post to server, right? Now while designing web form, in last session we discussed about the form tag. Now this form tag having the attributes like name, then we have method of, there are two types of methods, that is post or get. Name is referring actually the name of the web form. Maybe if you have a registration form, then the name will be regi, method will be the post, and the next attribute will be the action. Action means you have to specify the name of the page where we are posting this data. It's a server side page, JSP page, like let's say regi response dot JSP sort of. So this is about the form tag and its attributes, right? Now again in the last session we had a discussion about input type equals to text, right, where you got the attributes like name and the value, right? So in this manner we can able to read the text type of data from the user. But as we know, if you select the palette over here, here are the HTML forms controls you will get. Here is the form tag, is useful for designing the, because every data what you are reading from the user, it has to be under the form tag. Form name equals to regi, right? Action equal to regi response.jsp, method equal to post, right? So like let me run this firstly. To design the form like this, it will take some time to run. Okay, now this is your registration form where I keep some like space from the top and align the things on the center, and the title will be the title of the table will be the registration form. I am accepting the name of the person. Here I am accepting the surname of the person. Here I am accepting the gender. Obviously, for selecting gender, I am going to pick up the radio buttons. Then I am selecting a city from the user. For that reason, I am using a drop-down list, and then that is called the select. And then here is the address. Address is multi-line text, and then I select course interested in which course, like, so obviously the control, HTML control what you have to use, that is called a checkbox, right? So today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to design this form. Means like in the prior session we had discussions about how we can use input type equal to text, means text fields, right? And the submit button, means like the form was designed to accept the data in the format of text and the and submit the data to the server side page. But in today's sessions we need to focus on some other controls like radio buttons, like drop down list, like text area, and the checkboxes, which oftenly we need to use while designing the various input forms, right? So as I just discussed that in the palette, right, here is the form tag, text input, multi-line input is called your text area, drop down list is a select, checkbox, radio button as I just discussed, file select is for selecting a, if you want to upload a file to the server, that time we have to use the file select. Obviously we need to take a separate session for uploading the file because we have to change the server side code also. So in today's session I am going to discuss about all the HTML form controls like form, text input, multi-line text, drop down list, checkbox, and radio button. And the button we already know about, the submit button, right? So like let us go for the coding of registration form. Here form name equal to Reggie, action equal to Reggie response dot JSP, and method equals to post. I just recently explained you that form tag have the three attributes: name of the form, and action means where you are posting the data on the server side, and then obviously method equal to post, right? And here I drag the table tag, right, and the border equals to 1. The title will be the registration form. Here in the first row, enter name, input type equal to text, name equals to NM, right? Try and understand one point, that every web control what you are using, like whether it's a text box or a radio button or any other web controls, everything has to be named. As we studied in the last session, that on the server side we have to add a tag like let's say here we are having input type equal to text, name equals to NM, means for accepting the name of the person, the text field what we are using, that is having name as NM. This NM we are using in the server side code. Here it is, request.get parameter NM. In the last session how we discussed about how we can add a server side code to read the data from the user. Means the first step, whatever data you are posting to the server, you have to read it firstly, right? So for reading reason we have an object called as request. So request.get parameter NM. Now NM is name of this text field. We will read the data. Okay. In the similar manner, we are reading the surname as name and surname. These are the single line text. So that's why we are using input type equal to text. But now in case of gender, right? Gender is a as we discussed about, it's a whether you have to select any one from the list, right? So input type equal to radio. Now here I drag the radio button. Now actually there you require the two radio buttons. One is for male and other is for female. So here in this text field, every text field have a different name. But here in this case, as you are either or value, you have to select either male or female, right? So both the, try and understand one point, that both the radio buttons should have, there are two radio buttons, but both the radio buttons should have one, they comes under the one group, or they should have a common name. So I just name both the radio buttons as a common name, that is called a gender. What will happen if you select the different names for the radio buttons? If you select the different names for the radio buttons, they will not belong to one group. They will not belong to one group, and as they are not belongs to one group, what it will happen, whenever you post the data, right? So one radio button will post, if the selected radio button will post that data, and another button also post the data, and that is called the null value over there, right? So as I said, in the gender only one value has to be selected, either male or female, and hence for that reason input type equal to radio, both the radio buttons should have a common name. Means it indicates that both the radio buttons are actually belongs to one group, and that group is called as gender, right? Hope you understand this. You have to take care about this, about the radio button, that both the radio buttons maybe you may have more than 2 radio buttons also, but if all the radio buttons belong to one group, then it has to be named commonly, right? They should have a common name, right? Okay, so after that we need to go to the drop down list, that is select city. You may have the multiple cities, and from that multiple cities you have to select one city over there. So select also having name as a city, and then option value equals to what value need to be posted, what value need to be displayed, that is Nagpur, Mumbai, Pune and Delhi. And this value means in the select tag, right? Drop down list means there is a select tag. In the select tag the attributes are option, and option got the two you have to display the display option and the value what you need to post over there. So option value equals to Nagpur, and just like understand the code, understand the syntax properly. Select, right, on the top, and then option. In the option your value equals to this value is actually going to post to server, and this value is actually going to the display in the drop down list, right? And it is also having the name as a city. And then we have address. Now address is a multi-line text, and so it is called as a text area. Name equal to so and so. You have to specify the number of rows and columns, and here you have to take care that about the course you are selected. Now obviously course means there are more than, means like in the checkbox, the property of a checkbox is you can select multiple courses, or you can deselect every checkboxes as well. So every checkbox should have a common name again, because it belong to one group, right? And that's just like a radio button. But in radio button, what is the difference between radio button and checkbox? Radio button and checkbox both belong to same group, but in the radio button only one value is going to be posted, and in case of checkboxes multiple values can be selected, and any in case of radio button either or has to be selected, anyone has to be compulsory selected. But in checkbox you may have a null values also, you have none values also. Means you can select none, at the same time you can select multiple also. So in case of checkboxes, every checkbox have a name common, and their values display will be different, right? Value will be the different, and obviously name will be the common over there. Now we'll be studying in the server side code how we can read the data using checkboxes, right? And then we have a submit button over here. So I try to use all the possible components whenever you run this code. You have a text field, you have a radio button, you have a you get a drop down list, you have a multi-line text box, and you have a check boxes as well, and there is a submit button over there, right? So in the client side code, right, how I design this code, I use a tag called as form tag. Then there is a table, as we already know that for the sake of alignment, and table tag is useful over here. And then we are developing a form, so that we have an input type is useful over here, right? So input type equal to text, input type equal to radio, input type equal to your select, input type equal to your text area, and your checkbox, right? And the submit button. These all all the components, HTML form components I'm using over here to design my register form. Now now I need to whenever I run this particular registration form and enter the data from the user. Let's say you enter the name, that is AA, enter the name, that is BBB, enter the select your gender, that is male, and you select the city called as Pune, and here is the your address, multi-line address, and you select the multiple courses, right? Maybe Java and .NET, or C++, Java and .NET, and then submit it. Once you submit it, okay, here is the server side user details, what server receives. That is, name is AAA, surname is BBB, male is male, gender is male, and your city is Pune, this is the address, and this is your course over here, right? Means my motive is solved. Whatever data I accepted from the user, it get posted to the server, right? So because here whatever the gender I select, right, whatever the city I select, what is the address I select, at the same time whatever the courses I selected, that is I able to successfully post that data to the server. Let us concentrate on the server side code now. When you post this data, okay, on the form, you have that data will be posted to the action page, that is called the registration.jsp. Let's go to the registration.jsp. In the registration is the name of the form. Here I add the server side code. Request.getParameter nm, right, will read the name. Request.getParameter snm will read the surname. That is very simple because we already studied about how to post the single text field data to the server. Then here request.getParameter gender. Now we have a radio button, and from that radio button, whatever the radio button you selected, its value will be posted, either a male or a female over there, right? Request.getParameter city. Now city is also again whatever the option you will select from the list, it will be posted over here. That city value will be posted over here. Now the and then the address. Address means again what text area got the unique value, its value will be posted to the ADR. Now the only problem arises with the course. Now course, in case of course, you select, you have a checkbox, and checkbox means you can select the multiple values over there, right? So here you have to use the only thing you have to take care of about the checkbox, that you should use the method called as request.getParameter values. As in case of your checkboxes, your request page is posting multiple values, and that's why you have to use a method called as, in here in case of text field and all, you are using get parameter, but here you have to use get parameter values, request.getParameter values, and the course was the name of that particular your checkbox. So every checkbox have a common name. So request.getParameter values, course, and then as that data is in the multiple multiple type, or you may have a multiple courses, so it has to be stored in an array, right? Because as there may be the more than one course user can select over there. So hope you understand it. Here in case of your checkbox, request.getParameter values, this is the method what you have to use, and in case of rest things you have to use request.getParameter. So request.getParameter values, as it is in the multiple courses can be selected, it has to store in an array of course over here, right? After that, again you display form, you take a display it using a table, display form in the server side response page. Also use HTML to design a table to post the to display the posted data. Name mod equals to nm, we already discussed how we can print the values. Surname mod equals to snm, gender mod equal to gender, city, that is very common. Address is also you can able to print. But in case of course, as there are multiple courses you have to select, you have to, here look at the code over here, you have to set a loop for integer I equals to 0, I less than course.length, course is an array, course.length I plus plus, and then out.println course of I dot to string, means whatever the multiple courses, whether C, C++, Java, .NET, whatever you selected over there, as you are using a checkbox, multiple values can be posted. So here the two things you have to use. One thing, request.getParameter values you have to use, you have to hold it in the array of string, and then that array contains you have to print like this. And in this manner, whenever you posted multiple values, I'll directly focus on the checkboxes now. If you select the multiple values, that multiple values will be stored in an array, right? And then it will display C, C++, Java, .NET. If you let us say if you select only no values over there, then it will be obviously null values will be, then you will get the error over here. But like, okay, you can write the conditions over there, and then you can nullify it. But if you select any one, you'll get the things. If you select multiple, like C, C++, Java, so that all the things can be stored in an array, and then you can able to print it over here. What the error we'll get it over here? The error was whenever you post nothing. So obviously that time the array length was 0, and if the array here, if the array length is 0, then obviously there is null value will be generated, null pointer action will be generated over there. That is what the error over there. But anyway, right now we need to understand about the. We will discuss that particular, how to deal with that particular error later on. But while dealing with the checkboxes, as user has to select the multiple values, in the server side code you have to use request.get parameter values, right? And then you have to hold it in the array of string, and then obviously you need to set the loop for read the data and able to print it over here. Now in this particular session, my motive was to just give you the details how you can use all the rest, because obviously the first thing what we need to learn in the web, how to design the web pages. Now as I already explained you, like web pages means it consists the text, it consists the images, right? And by using the links and the alignments and everything, right? So you can design the web pages over there. It's informative. Web pages means these are the informative pages. But about the waveforms, these waveforms are designed by the motive to read the data from the user. And this data means like actually user is interacting with the server with the help of waveforms. So whenever the waveform loaded, for example your registration form, your login window, or any other form over there, if you want to post the data to the server, and then on that data server will process and develop the response. For that reason you have to develop the waveform. So while designing waveforms, there are various HTML controls what you are using, that is the form, text input, multi-line input, drop-down list, checkbox, radio button, file select, and button. As I said, file select you have to use for uploading any file and all, but that time different code and different like you need to add some different server side code and different interface. That's why I skip that file select. But the rest, while designing form, you can drag the form, and then as per your requirement, if it is a single line text, then text input, multi-line text input, drop down list is for the selecting your day. Let us understand you want to develop an interface where you can select the city, state, country, or date of birth and all. That time drop down list can be used. Checkboxes, like if you are selecting more than one values, for example here select your courses, okay, or let us say select your requirement, and that requirements are more than one. So obviously you should go with the checkboxes and the radio button, where you can select either or. Anyone has to be compulsory selected, and then only one has to be selected. That time radio button can be used. I just tried to give an example of a gender and all. So in this manner, by using this all the HTML web components, you can design the like complete registration form, and then able to post this data to the server side code. And in the server side code, like for the rest controls, you have to use the request.get parameter. But in case of your checkboxes, you have to use a method called as request.get parameter values, and that values can be held as there are multiple values you are posting. You have to hold it in the array of string, and then you can print it by, you have to set the loop for integer I equal to 0, I less than course.len. Course is the name of that particular array, and then you have to print that every subscripts, because the entire data request.get parameter values are stored in the array of string, and then you can print the array contents in this manner. So in this manner, whatever data you are accepting from the user, that is going to post to server. Hope you understand how we can use all the web components now, web controls now, to design the request form from the user and able to post the data to the server, right? I hope you got everything right. I'm just like giving this all the tested code to test in your test all the request form and response form, and try and understand the value, understand the things how we can develop a request form and able to post the database over there. Right? Thank you.